Just want to thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Big Bear Boxing Squad, episode number 20. The conversation I want to get into today is about Terence Crawford. Why is he hated so much by his boxing peers? Let's get into the conversation.
Recognized as pound for pound among the best in the world. And repping Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford is recognized as one of the best boxers in the world today. The switch-hitting star is as accomplished and dangerous from either stance, with either fist, winning world titles at 3 separate weight classes, including an undisputed reign at 140. Crawford has built a formidable reputation. With most of his natural enemies stationed on the PBC side of the street, gathering big names on the record has been somewhat of a struggle for the Omaha man. It's hoped that veteran top-ranked promoter Bob Arum, who handles Crawford, can sit down with Al Heyman, who looks after generational rival Errol Spence Jr., and thrash out a deal for a mega fight.
I'm not ducking anybody. Like I said, y'all pick them, I'll fight them.
At 32, the time is right for Bud to land the massive fights so he can showcase his full set of talents to the sporting world.
He called me out twice. Did you get what you was looking for?
In preparation for his much-awaited return, we take a look back at the speed and power of Terence Crawford.
So this is my overall thoughts on the Terence Crawford situation. I made a couple of videos before, so please, if you didn't see those videos, please go check them out. Try to see if I can find the links to them so you can actually go check them out, and you can start from. Basically, this is almost like a 4-part series, you know, him being hated on so much by his boxing peers and everybody turning their back on Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is, you know, let's get one thing straight. Terence Crawford is the best boxer in the world. He's number one pound for pound. His resume, you know, it may not be as strong as some other guys, even his rival Errol Spence. I think his name until they fight will always be linked together. Even after they fight, I think it'll be linked together. But Terence Crawford is the number one pound for pound boxer in the world. If you're a true boxing fan, you'll understand why. He's just great. He'll switch hitter. He got power in both his hands. It's nothing in the sport that he couldn't do, and even better than other fighters. I think he can fight anyone and it'll be a 50-50 fight. That's just my opinion. But the hate, and as far as old boxers going through whatever they went through, and then as soon as Terence Crawford, he has some disagreements with his contract and some of the mistakes that he has made and stuff like that. You know, everybody's situation ain't gonna be it's not gonna be the same as someone else's. But to get the type of hate and everybody running from the heels, I just think money rules everything. Like I say, I always try to speak a little bit on the business of boxing. A lot of times, especially if you're on TV, you're making a good living, you're not fighting anymore. Timothy Bradley, he's not fighting anymore, and all the other boxing commentators, that's how they make their living now. You know, a lot of times when you're done with the sport, you can go to ESPN, you can go to Top Rank, you can go to, just all over. HBO, I mean, when HBO was going, boxers would speak on there and commentate on old fighters. So, you know, especially with Timothy Bradley, and also I want to call Shakur Stevenson out. If the accusation is really true that he said don't put me in it, I think Shakur Stevenson is actually benefiting off Terence Crawford right now by what Terence Crawford brought up. A lot of times people want to run when somebody bring up an issue. I don't care if it's especially if it's racial. A lot of people want to run from it. Like I say, Terence Crawford needs the blame because you do have freedom nowadays to speak your mind. You do have the freedom to make business decisions. There has been a ton of fighters that actually got themselves out of a lot of trouble. Canelo Alvarez is one of them. And Floyd Mayweather, he's one of them, and he did it long before Terence Crawford. So Terence Crawford, like I say in my last video, Terence Crawford has to look himself in the face on that part of his decision making and his team. You got to look at your team too. But as far as Bob Arum and stuff like that, it's tricky. You know, well, it's not tricky. I just say it straight out. I think that if especially your fighter, I mean your boxing peers turn their back on you like that, it almost feel like you crying out for help with no help to be seen. As soon as something go down, I'm going with the money. And Bob Arum and Top Rank at ESPN, they are the money. You know, a lot of people don't want to get fired over doing the right thing, and I know everybody got to take care of their family, but what's right is right. If Terence Crawford got a situation and he lowered up and everything, instead of running for the hills, talk with Terence Crawford, see what's going on. And I'm not saying that every boxer has turned against Terence Crawford, because that's simply not true. Floyd Mayweather have reached out, and a couple other guys have reached out. And I just think, where there's an issue, where there's smoke, there's fire, so it needs to be investigated. By whatever Terence Crawford, however he want to handle the situation. I just don't like the whole hate thing. All you guys came from the same place. A lot of boxers and sport athletes, no matter what color you are, race has nothing to do with where someone comes from, and how they got to where they are. I feel like all of them, no matter what color they are. I'm a big Canelo fan. I'm black, and Canelo's Mexican, so I don't judge fighters by their color at all. But I think when it comes to stepping up, and taking up for your peers, and taking up for people that's actually going through turmoil, try to figure out what's going on with them before you start stabbing them in the back, or before you start, when things get hairy, you start running to the other end of the street. Timothy Bradley has been known to do that for quite a while. With a lot of other boxers. I don't like it. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth as a boxing fan. Terence Crawford should be celebrated. He should be known as one of the top fighters in the world. George Foreman had something to say about the situation. As far as George Foreman, you don't know what Terence Crawford went through. You don't know the agreements. You don't know. If you're speaking out of turn instead of asking this man, do you need my assistance? What's going on? Can you talk to me first? And you have Muhammad Ali's daughter coming out and saying some stuff like that. I think they are a bit out of line, because everyone's situation ain't the same. Like I say, Terence Crawford is #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and I can't say it enough. He should be treated as such. I think it's unfair how he's treated as of now, as far as boxing goes. And I think that he's in a weird situation. Hopefully we see Terence Crawford in the ring. Hopefully he don't have a long layoff because of this issue, and hopefully everything can get resolved. And I think that he needs to go talk to Canelo. He needs to go talk to Floyd Mayweather and some other fighters to try to get his situation figured out. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below about this issue.
Just want to thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Big Bear Boxing Squad, episode number 20. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about this topic and all the other topics that I'm bringing up. Just want to thank you guys for tuning in each and every day at 6:30. I try to give you the best boxing content I can possibly bring you from my point of view, and also leave it as open conversation so you guys can actually interact with the channel. If you do watch my videos, try to watch it through the duration. Leave a like, hit the notification bell so you can see upcoming videos. I do post daily, and I also have old school fights, and I just posted a documentary about Mike Tyson, so please go check that out. It's a short documentary. So I'm trying to have more variety on my channel so you guys can stay entertained. But if you want to see what I'm wearing, shopchachi.com. All my social media platforms that I'm on will be down in the descriptions below, so please go click on each one of those. I'm on IG, Facebook, and Twitch. I do have more boxing content on Twitch. Go check that out. But with that said, just like I said, I just want to thank you guys. We sitting at 71 subscribers since last night. It's been amazing, guys. You guys are doing great as far as just staying. It seems like I'm entertaining you guys and bringing up a different way to do my boxing channel, and let you guys actually interact with it by leaving open conversation. I don't care if you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever. The sport of boxing is about your point of view, the way you enjoy the sport. It's not so much about how I want you to view it from my channel. But I love the conversation. You guys have been killing it. Like I said, if you do watch my channel, at least leave a like, and try to subscribe, man. I got a lot of things coming with this boxing channel, so I know I'm still brand new, but to go from 10 subscribers earlier this month to 71 subscribers, man, lets me know that I'm giving you guys the best content I can possibly give you guys. But with that said, I got to cut this video short. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Squad.